The Colin Kaepernick workout, I'll talk about that. But, there's culpability on both sides. I have a lot of questions and I can't find answers here. And I don't know why it happened in the first place. I don't know why the NFL didn't just try to accommodate him. If you're going to go out of your way to do it, then just do it. I don't know if there was an ulterior motive. I don't. But it just felt like you were sort of, it's like you roll out the red carpet, then he gets on the red carpet, and then you pull the red carpet out from underneath him. He didn't sign a waiver. But if I'm Colin Kaepernick, just get in front of 24 scouts, coaches, not 8. And don't abruptly go, I'm going to take this to a high school football field an hour away. Just play. Just go. The NFL said, hey, we want you to sign a waiver that says, we're not guaranteeing you a job. I don't know if anybody thought that he was going to get a job. He just wanted to guarantee that you were actually going to do this with full transparency. But to leave and go to a high school football field, to me, that was the wrong approach. Just go in and perform. They're not making you run a 40. Nobody's tackling you. Just throw the ball. They want to see you. They want to talk to you, and they want to see if you still have the arm strength. That's all. But, I've said all along, I think he has more street credibility as a martyr. And if you come back and you can't play at a high level, or you're going to be a backup quarterback, it diffuses everything that you've talked about, stood for, knelt for the last few years here. I don't know if that means that he doesn't want to play, but I do think that he has an agenda when it comes to if he is going to play. And the NFL does too. And once again, I don't know what the NFL's agenda was. We did reach out to everybody, from Jay-Z to Kaepernick to the commissioner. Yes, Eden.
There's so much of this that's so disingenuous. But the idea that Colin Kaepernick doesn't want to play because, whoa, wait a minute, we just had 24 teams that were interested in seeing you work out, and you just shunned them all. Those same 24 teams have had the last 3 years to see him, to bring him in for a workout, and none of them have called. Not one single team over the 3 years has even called once. So this idea that, well, we were all really interested to see, but too bad you pulled the plug and did these shenanigans. Oh, well, it's just such a crock.
Yeah, you start to look at it and you go, do they really think that we're going to buy this? Yeah, apparently so.
Sounds like a lot of people are buying it.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of people saying, man, he really just torpedoed his career this weekend. Well, get out of here.
Yeah. In the NFL, you set this up. Once again, either set it up and do it correctly or don't set it up at all. That's all. Just be fair. Just so when we look at this, the optics are going to be, we're going to give him a legitimate chance to work out. From what I was told from my source, that there were 2 teams interested in him but didn't want to bring him in privately because they were concerned then it becomes locally a bigger story. So you're able to do this where you're there in mass to look at him, grade him, and then go back and say to your owner or GM or coach or all 3, hey, we think it's worth bringing him in. Because the chances are if you bring him in even as a backup, then he's going to play some for you. Because look at all the backups who are playing. I would not bring him in unless I thought that he was going to start. Because at age 32, I don't go all of a sudden, oh my God, he could be Lamar. He was Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson. Okay. He was an exciting player, a transcendent player, but he's 32, hasn't played in 3 years, and he's never had touch. He does have athleticism. There are a lot of guys who can run and throw, but can you play the position? And if you think he can play and he's worthy of being a starter, then I would bring him in. He's not worth it to bring him in as a backup quarterback. He's just not. But I don't sit there, and there were a lot of people in the media who said, oh, he doesn't want to play. I think he wants to play, but I think that he's probably so skeptical, suspicious of the NFL that he wanted to do it his way. The fact the NFL put out there through their members of the media, hey, this is about a Nike commercial. And then I was told Nike was not involved in this. But, hey, we're being told Nike wants to film this and make it into a commercial. And I went, all right, I'll ask my source on this. And I was told Nike was not involved in this. But taking it to a high school football field, to me, that was wrong. stay there, show everybody that whatever it takes, I'm going to play. And I don't think he did that. You may not like what the NFL did. Stick it back in their face. If you really want to play, say, okay, all right, what do you want me to do? Oh, you want me to sign a waiver that says you're not guaranteeing me a job? Fine. I'm going to put on a show here, and you're going to have multiple teams that'll be interested in me. I don't need you to make me sign a waiver that lets you off the hook legally. Yeah, Paul.
I would like to hear Colin's explanation, his specific explanation, because a week ago he said he was excited to see the head coaches and GMs on Saturday, the NFL's workout that they put on. And something changed. I'd like to know specifically, not what we speculate what changed, but if he would say what changed, because he didn't address that afterwards. And, there's a lot of speculation about contracts and waivers and language, but it'd be good to hear from him.
And we're not going to. But my source said that he doubted, even when Kaepernick landed in Atlanta. And I said, does this get, does he pull this off? And my source goes, it's 50-50. He had landed in Atlanta, and my source said it's 50-50 if this happens. Apparently, there were people hearing sort of the backstory of this, of what the NFL was asking, requiring what Kaepernick didn't know who was going to be there and who his receivers are. Now, that's not fair to him. Let him bring it. Let him know who the receivers are. I mean, he could have had McLovin out there running a pass pattern.
I got good hands. Very slow, though.
Yes.
I could be a Patriot wide receiver.
You're a possession guy. But, and then Kaepernick says, I got to fly in my own guy. He flew in his own receivers. But get in front of as many people as possible, because the odds are against you. You have to defy the odds, and you have to stand up to the NFL. If you truly want to play, then that's what you needed to do. And he's not going to get this opportunity again unless somebody brings him in privately. And I haven't heard, my source said, I haven't heard anything from anybody who's interested in bringing him in individually. Maybe he gets an opportunity. But this goes back to, from what my source said, Jay-Z was pressuring the commissioner to make sure that you're doing this. And the pressure is my source's word, not mine. That Jay-Z was saying to the commissioner, look, you got to help me out here. If you want to say facilitate this, nudge the commissioner, whatever. Reputational bullet was not my words. It was my source's words. And I stand by them. Because that's what Jay-Z was saying. Now it almost feels like it's Jay-Z versus Kaepernick. Right? Is this what the NFL wanted? Thought it was going to be? Because now Jay-Z reportedly is upset that they went through all this and then Kaepernick decided to go to a high school football field an hour away. Oh, the saga continues.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.